Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. Yo, you guys want to see something that's just gonna make your day? Listen, Tasha K has started doing like impersonations on her channel for some reason, and the other night she did an impersonation of Boosie Badass that was hilarious. Sauce, can you please pull up that pic? I am done. Why does your girl look exactly like Boosie? Yo, this right here is priceless. I swear, this almost made me fall out of my chair. Now check it out. People are continuing to clown Nicki Minaj after she jumped on Queen's radio the other day looking like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and basically made a fool of herself. After Nicki popped up on the show in the red and blue bodycon superhero suit, she jumped on a mic and repeatedly said, quote, "It's a difference between making calls and calling shots." End quote. Then she showed that she was in the studio with an army full of goons that looked like the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Mysterio, and Venom. After that, Nicki jumped on the couch and rubbed herself for a few minutes before saying, quote, "Did they think I was joking when I said I hold the control at the gamers?" End quote. Now, after watching a damn near 4-hour-long debacle, one person said, "I'm annoyed as hell because I feel like Nicki Minaj is flushing everything she ever created down the toilet." And then another person said, "I'm embarrassed for her. No defending this effery." And then somebody else came through and was like, "Cut the effing mic." And then after that, somebody else came through and said, "Nicki needs to stop trying to act like a gangster. Her and the Broke Avengers ain't scaring nobody." Not the Broke Avengers. Listen, Sauce, before I speak on this, can you please show Nicki Minaj in the Broke Avengers one more time?
Making calls and calling shots.
Bow. Hello. Heavy.
Bow.
Hello.
We here.
My nigga. I said. Rico, what the fuck is good, Rico? It's the difference between. It's the difference between.
Heavy on it. You don't talk about it.
It's a difference between making calls and calling shots.
Let me tell you something. If Nicki Minaj's new album, Pink Friday 2, is not the hottest hip-hop album ever released by like a female rap artist, then this right here might be the moment in life that like marks Nicki's downfall. Because I'm telling you, watching this was sad. And I mean, I actually feel sorry for Nicki after seeing this crap. And honestly, I expect way more from Nicki Minaj. I mean, at the point where she's at in her career, she's established herself as the best female rapper ever. But yet and still, you're 40-something years old, rolling on the couch in a Spidey suit in front of like 30 goons that you picked up at the Jamaica Avenue bus station. I mean, come on, Nicki. You're better than this. And I know a whole bunch of barbs are gonna come in my comment section talking about, "Sauce, who are you to be talking about the queen? Who are you to be talking about our girl Nicki Minaj?" Let me tell you something. If she was really your girl, you would let her know. Because real homies don't let their homies play themselves like that. I come from a place where if you see your homegirl going out the house looking foul, you pull her to the side and say, "Nah, that ain't a good look." Or if you see your homeboy crashing out, you pull him to the side and say, "Nah, son, you might want to switch that up." That's how you get down when you really care for somebody. You remember the old ads that used to say, "Real friends don't let friends drive drunk"? Well, barbs, y'all should have took away the keys from Nicki, cause I swear, y'all let her drive drunk on that one. And you know what she did? She crashed. And I know it's coming. Somebody's gonna be like, "You just saying that cause you a Cardi B fan." Listen, I am not a Cardi fan and I am not a Nicki fan. I am a fan of rap, and I am trying to tell you, your girl crashed. Listen, let me know what you think about Nicki Minaj on Queen's radio the other day. Do you think that that was a good look? Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. For real, run up those numbers, cause I noticed something. YouTube is trying to put your girl out of business. I'm telling you, if they don't have me shadow banned, they demonetize me. And I swear, this is one of like the cleanest channels on YouTube. I mean, if you look at other people's channels, they're using every piece of foul language under the sun. They're discussing sexually explicit topics. I mean, they're talking all types of nonsense on YouTube. But yet, you guys feel the need to come after me? That is crazy. I swear, I'm paying like a you keep it too real fee or something. I mean, the algorithms back there like, this chick's not following the agenda. We're not giving her no views. So I'm saying all of that to say, hit that like button. Now, check it out. A whole bunch of people on social media are roasting Drake because he's running around in these streets with a very zesty hairstyle. I mean, it looks like Drake walked into his local beauty supply store and bought up every colorful clip that he could find in the children's section. And then he went to his stylist and was like, yo, give me that wet and wavy. Yo, dudes, please don't let this be a thing. Please don't let this be a thing, because I don't need a whole bunch of rough and tumble street dudes running around with a whole bunch of like colorful clips and barrettes in their hair. I mean, I don't need my real men running around these streets looking like a bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids. I mean, Source, can you please give me a side-by-side of like Drake's last hairstyle with the Cabbage Patch Kid? Same hairstyle. Well, anyways, after photos dropped of Drake with his new do, a whole bunch of people had something to say about it. And one person said, them higher-ups pressing the F out of the boy. And then another person was like, Ninja got the Jerry curl with the color clips. He trying to compete with Bad Bunny Fast Show. And then somebody else was like, this zesty behavior has no place in hip-hop. First the nails, now this. Shaking my head. Dude's practically a woman. And then, after that, somebody else was like, he going through that ritual. No one exempt. And then, somebody was like, Drake dresses like the rich kid you knew growing up, who was allowed to choose the clothes he wore. Yo, that's hilarious. But really quick, let me ask you a question. I understand that a whole lot of the rap game right now is all about self-expression. But my question is, for the males, why is so much of the self-expression so effeminate? And also for the ladies, let me ask you this. If you decide to go out one night and you get dressed and you walk into the club and every dude in the club got the wet and wavy with like the baby clips in his hair, or they got the Cabbage Patch hair with like the two bows on the side, are you staying in that club? Let me know in the comments. Now, check this story out. On Saturday, President Joe Biden delivered a speech at the Congressional Black Phoenix Awards in Washington, D.C. And he also awarded LL Cool J and MC Lyte Phoenix Awards for their musical contributions. However, during the ceremony, Joe Biden gaffed once again. Not only did he mispronounce LL Cool J's name, but he also referred to LL aka James Todd Smith as a boy. Check this out.
And two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's been. And MC Lyte, both of you, thank you.
No. Joe Biden, it's not LLJ Cool J, it's just LL Cool J. I mean, how out of touch can you be? And on top of that, anybody who's over the age of 18 is not a boy. That is a whole grown behind man you're talking about. But you know, sometimes they revert back to the good old days, and in the back of his mind, he's like, tell that boy to go fetch me some tobacco, and tell him if he don't, my mama said to knock him out. But anyways, Tariq Nasheed jumped in the comment section and he said Joe Biden want to call LL Cool J a big strapping buck. Listen, after watching this clip of Joe Biden, I'm just sitting there like, there's 300 million people in the United States. Is this the best that we can do? I mean, for real, I think I'm just gonna vote for myself in the next election. I'm gonna walk into that voting booth and I'm gonna be like, I'm voting for me. And the machine's gonna look back at me and be like, get the fuck out of here. Nah, but for real, I think that it might be about high time that we really start looking at some of these third-party candidates more seriously. Because I don't know what in the world the Democrats and Republicans are doing. But for real, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Joe Biden referring to LL Cool JJ as a boy? Do you think that it was derogatory, or do you think like Joe Biden is like 650 years old? Therefore, every man is a boy to him. Now check it out. The other day, an owner of a shop had to temporarily shut down for a few days because 2 of his employees just quit. According to the owner, 2 cashiers abruptly quit working in the shop because he wouldn't allow their boyfriends to linger around for the duration of their shifts. After his employees upped and bounced without giving him 2 weeks notice, the owner posted a help wanted sign on the door that said, quote, "I apologize for closing again. My 2 new cashiers quit because I said their boyfriends couldn't stand here for the entire shift. Don't hire Gen Zs. They don't know what work actually means. Now hiring baby boomers only. Thanks." End quote. Okay, so Gen Z represents the generation of teenagers and young adults who were born between the mid to late 1990s and the early 2000s. So the oldest person who would qualify as a Gen Zer today would be 27 years old. I don't know. This one's tough. Let me know what you think about this story. Do you think that like Gen Zers don't have the same work ethic that baby boomers do? Or do you think that this store owner is overgeneralizing and penalizing a whole generation of people just because the 2 Gen Zers that work for him ain't had no work ethic? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, check this out. The other day, Quavo met with Vice President Kamala Harris and stood alongside community justice activists in Washington, D.C. to advocate for community-driven solutions to combat gun violence. Quavo's visit also included him having discussions with members of the Congressional Black Caucus and congressional leadership, which aimed at raising awareness about the importance of supporting grassroots initiatives for gun violence prevention and finding solutions to the problems that guns on the streets have made for our kids and communities today. Can somebody please tell Quavo that the best way that he can help curb gun violence is by not riding around in cars with dudes who have the strap visible on the seat? Because young girls and guys see the stick on the seat and then all of a sudden they want to ride around with the heat on the seat too because they think it's cool. I know this is hard to comprehend, but the best way to be part of the solution is by not being part of the problem. See? Because part of the problem is that these young guys, they put out all this toxicity onto the streets, and then when their man gets shot, all of a sudden they're sitting in front of Congress talking about, please, do something about these guns. Man, listen, stop it. You should have known beforehand that playing with guns is dangerous. But you know what? Maybe I'm being a little harsh on Quavo, because maybe Quavo had a come to Jesus moment after Takeoff died and God came down and was like, Quavo, you need to change your ways. And this is the way that Quavo has decided to change his ways. And this is how he has decided that he is going to try to elicit change. If that's the case, then I'm very happy that Quavo went to Congress, because I do think that if hip-hop dudes like him get out there and start saying, we can't be out here playing with these guns, then some of these young kids just might listen. But I do hope that Quavo knows that henceforward from this day and forevermore, he can never be up in people's videos co-signing dudes that are running around with guns and putting all that gun talk in their songs. Cause you can't play both sides of the fence, my brother. You just can't do it. Listen, let me know what you think about Quavo going to Congress. And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.